The world is loud. Everyone talks. Everyone has an opinion. Everyone wants to be heard. But if you pay attention, you'll notice something unusual about wealthy people. They're quiet, unusually quiet. And it's not by accident. Silence makes most people feel uncomfortable. It feels empty. It feels like something's missing, so they fill it. With words, with noise, with constant input. But the wealthy see silence differently. To them, it's not empty. It's full of clarity, full of focus, full of power. Most people think success comes from doing more, talking more, being seen more, networking more. And while those things matter, they miss something critical. Real power doesn't come from volume. It comes from clarity. And clarity only shows up in silence. Today, we're going to explore why wealthy people protect silence like it's a scarce resource. Because it is. And why most people avoid it, even though it's one of the most valuable tools they'll never use. Here's what most people don't realize. Your mind is constantly processing noise. Messages, conversations, notifications, opinions, news, and entertainment. All of it creates a layer of mental fog. And in that fog, you can't see clearly. You can't think deeply. You can't make good decisions. Wealthy people understand this. They know that clarity is their greatest competitive advantage. And clarity requires space, mental space. And mental space only happens in silence. Think about it. When was the last time you had a genuinely clear thought while scrolling your phone, or while watching TV, or while in a loud conversation? You don't, because your brain is reacting, not thinking. Silence is where thinking happens. Not shallow thinking, not reactive thinking, but deep, strategic, original thinking. This is why the wealthy protect it. They schedule quiet time, they create environments where they can think without interruption. They turn off notifications, close doors, and sit in stillness, not because they're antisocial, but because they know that 1 hour of clear thinking is worth more than 10 hours of noise. And here's the part most people miss. Silence doesn't just clear the mind, it reveals what actually matters. When the noise stops, the truth becomes obvious. What's important, what's urgent, what's a distraction, what's just noise. Most people never experience this because they never give themselves permission to be silent. The wealthy make fewer decisions than most people think, but the decisions they make are bigger, more intentional, more aligned with long-term outcomes. And those decisions are rarely made in the moment. They're made in silence. Here's why. When you're surrounded by noise, your decisions are reactive. You respond to what's in front of you, what's loud, what's obnoxious, what feels urgent. But urgent and important are not the same thing. Silence allows you to separate the two. The wealthy sit with big decisions. They don't rush them. They don't let pressure force their hand. They create space. They think. They consider outcomes. They weigh options. And then, when the answer is clear, they act. This is why they seem so calm under pressure. It's not that they don't feel pressure. It's that they've already thought through the scenarios in silence. By the time the decision needs to be made, they're not guessing. They already know. Compare that to most people. They make decisions in the middle of chaos. While stressed, while distracted, while being influenced by whoever spoke last. And then they wonder why their decisions don't work out. The problem isn't the decision, it's the environment in which it was made. Silence changes that. Focus is one of the rarest and most valuable assets in the modern world. Everyone wants your attention, every app, every notification, every person, and every ad. And most people give it away freely, all day, every day. The wealthy don't. They guard their focus like it's gold because to them, it is. And silence is how they protect it. Here's what happens when you're constantly surrounded by noise. Your mind splits. It fragments. You're thinking about 10 things at once, but you're not fully present for any of them. You're busy, but you're not productive. You're moving, but you're not progressing. Silence stops this cycle. When the wealthy need to focus on something that matters, they remove the noise. They don't multitask. They don't check their phone every 5 minutes. They don't let people interrupt them. They create silence. And in that silence, they focus completely on one thing. This is why they get more done in less time. Not because they work harder, but because they work without distraction. Most people think silence is doing nothing. The wealthy know silence is doing the most important thing, thinking, planning, creating, and all of that requires focus, which requires silence. There's a reason wealthy people speak less in meetings, in conversations, and in negotiations. It's not because they don't have anything to say, It's because they understand the power of silence. Silence makes people uncomfortable, and in that discomfort, they reveal themselves. They talk, they fill the gap, they show their hand, they give away information that they didn't need to give. The wealthy just listen. This isn't manipulation, it's observation. When you're quiet, you notice things, patterns, hesitations, inconsistencies. What people say, what they don't say, and what matters to them. Most people miss all of this because they're too busy talking. The wealthy also know that words carry more weight when they're rare. If you talk constantly, no one listens. Your words blend into noise. But if you speak rarely, people pay attention. They lean in, they remember what you said. Silence creates gravity, and gravity creates influence. This is why the wealthiest people in rooms often say the least. They're not passive, they're strategic. They know that silence is not weakness, it's strength, and they use it deliberately. Here's the deepest reason wealthy people value silence. It's the only time they can hear themselves think. Most people spend their entire lives listening to everyone else. What their parents think, what their friends think, what the news says, what social media tells them, and what society expects. And in all that noise, they lose track of what they actually think, what they actually want, what actually matters to them. The wealthy don't let this happen. They create silence specifically so they can reconnect with themselves, their values, their goals, their intuition. Not what sounds good or not what looks impressive, but what's actually true for them. This is why they seem so sure of themselves. It's not arrogance, it's clarity. They've spent time in silence, thinking about who they are and what they're building, and that clarity removes doubt. Most people avoid silence because they're afraid of what they'll find there. Questions they don't want to answer, truths they don't want to face, feelings they've been avoiding. But the wealthy lean into it because they know that avoiding those things doesn't make them go away. It just makes them louder later. Silence is where you meet yourself, honestly, without distraction, without noise. And that's where real growth begins. The world will always be loud. It will always demand your attention. It will always pull you in 1,000 directions. But the wealthy have learned something most people never do. Silence isn't weakness. It's not emptiness. It's not wasted time. Silence is clarity. It's focus. It's power. It's where decisions are made, where focus is protected, where truth is heard, and it's available to everyone. You don't need money to be silent. You just need to choose it. Turn off the noise, close the apps, sit in stillness, even if it's uncomfortable at first. Because in that silence, you'll find something most people spend their whole lives searching for. Yourself, your clarity, your direction. The wealthy know this. They've always known this. And now, so do you.